going on, everybody? And thanks for joining me again. We got a real special episode. This is like a Super Bowl Sunday special. I mean, what's unfortunate is it's Super Bowl Sunday for us and it's post-Super Bowl for you. So we're in this quasi-gray area. But I've got one of the OGs with me, and we're going to make it fun no matter what. Kyle McGuire, thanks for joining me, brother.
We got it.
We got it. Super Bowl Sunday, you know me. I'm rooting for the Browns as always. Go Tribe. How you doing, bro?
I'm rooting for Andy Reid.
What happened to your Eagles?
I'd like to see Andy Reid get a ring.
Listen, I'm with
Chiefs, you. I want to see the NFC lose.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But you know what? I heard somebody on a talk show bring up how if the 49ers win, then they will have 6 Super Bowls, and that'll take away from the Patriots and the Steelers from their high ego, or it'll add them to a club of egos.
It's the club
either
of
way.
egos.
I want less of those, so it either dilutes the Patriots-Steelers pool, which is cool, or it doesn't.
Nah, I say we keep them there.
Yeah, exactly. Plus, who doesn't love the Chiefs?
Plus, Steelers, done. Tom Brady on his way out.
You gotta love their done.
That 6 has plateaued. It's just... It's there.
And they fell right in their place. Yeah. The Eagles didn't look terrible this year.
They
didn't do as bad as the Browns.
They got hurt. Eagles got hurt.
Well. Browns got suspended and
what did you say?
Fired and other things. Myles Garrett! He's got my Myles Garrett cup. Thanks, Mom. Shout out to you if you're watching this. You know what? I heard somebody talking about how lucky they were because they had, it was Bert Kreischer, and he was like, my mom took me to every supermarket to find these NFL pens, and we went to all these places till we found them. My mom went to the lengths of the earth to get Myles Garrett specifically. I have them all. I have the entire set, thanks to Mom and my dad's obsession with sports. But
where should they
Myles
put the
Garrett
assault
was hard
charge
to
on
find. Right at the... See, that's why they cut it off. If you guys can see it right here, the top of his helmet's off. That's why they censored it, because that's the... Ooh-wee.
Looks like what's-his-name's head. Just...
flattened Miles Rudolph. Yeah, so let's get in the swing of this thing, baby. So happy Super Bowl. I hope you enjoyed your Sunday. I hope you had this beautiful gathering with family and friends and food and capitalism. I mean, who doesn't love it? And I hope the Chiefs did us right. And at least, let's be honest, I don't care who really wins insofar as I get a good show.
Oh, yeah.
You know? But guess what? First article of the day, Rob Gronkowski weighs in on Tom Brady's future and makes a Super Bowl prediction. Oh, you gotta love Gronk, the big, and guess, did you see?
Goofy?
Yeah, the big goof, and he's got...
He was at Harvard, though. Props.
Yeah, and he's throwing a Miami party for the Super Bowl on the beach today. So go Gronk.
That's Gronk-ish.
Yeah.
They should make that a show.
Very Gronk.
Gronk-ish.
Yeah, they should. I think they would have more viewers than the Kardashians, at least. All right, so Gronk retired, as we all know, and he weighs in on if he thinks Tom Brady is going to retire or not. I think he deserves a chance to go out there and see what's on the market. He's a free agent, and that's what free agency is for. See, so that players have a chance, whenever they become a free agent, that they can go out there and see what's out there. That's super fair, and that's why it's created like that. And the system works well. So he'll go out there, and he definitely deserves to see what's out there, and he can make a decision for himself and do what's best for himself and his family. I think Gronk just wants him to see what's out there. I think he said it enough times. I don't know, man. I think there's something also to be said for Tom. Like, hey, man.
Gronk wants him to see life's better on the retirement side?
Well, I think there's this new culture where you go out and get the biggest paycheck you can, and you
I don't think he's going to get a big paycheck.
Oh, Tom, he probably won't get it. He probably would get a bigger paycheck with the Patriots, let's be honest, because not even. I don't know, man. He might be out the door. But the main thing is...
If he plays another season and he's not with New England, I think the fans of New England might riot.
Probably. And I'm going to be honest with you. I think there's something to be said about being a franchise quarterback your entire career. In a day and age where nobody has any loyalty and everybody's trying to hop around for the biggest paycheck they can.
Yeah. Well...
So, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see.
When you take over Drew
Bledsoe.
You're a pretty good quarterback.
100%.
At that age.
But how about this one? Jimmy Garoppolo is about to take on the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Today.
That's a Tom Brady product.
And he came in and stepped right in front of Tom. He took the torch.
Yep.
He's got the stronger team right now.
You know Robert Kraft at some massage parlor right now, thinking about Jimmy Garoppolo.
Should have paid the extra $1. Did you see him in the what's the documentary? Aaron Hernandez.
Yeah, I watched that.
That was a great documentary.
Have you talked about it on this yet?
Just briefly, but Calvin didn't watch it. You know, it was but what'd you think of it?
Great. I think no one get offended, please. Please. But I think some people weren't telling the truth. Yeah,
I think some people were lying, trying to smear a pretty jagged guy.
I don't know. Watch it for yourself. I think that's a whole episode.
But you know what's crazy is the amount of people that have watched it and don't believe that he was out here skiing with all these guys.
I think something was wrong, like legitimately wrong. I think, and we gotta look at Antonio Brown right now. Dude, it's like same characteristic.
But I made a comment on the podcast. Sorry to cut you off, but the CTE thing is a soft subject for me because of sports law. Yeah. I had to defend the NFL, and I did. And I really don't think it's the NFL or anybody else's fault, but the player,
it's the NFL.
Especially when you're getting paid millions.
You know what you're getting into.
What is the one thing you took away from the what is one thing you can take away from the Aaron Hernandez story? Well, one thing that was for sure is he had a father who was there a lot, but was a drunk and beat the hell out of him and his mom.
Yeah.
Quite a bit. And when your dad...
Unruly childhood.
But when your dad is stories of dad smashing mom onto a counter with her head, smashing the counter until she passes out.
No bueno.
You got to sit here and pretend that that's not ever happened to him. I got to imagine his head's been cracked once or twice. Yep. That's what's giving you CTE, my guy. Look at Joe Thomas. He was on the front lines of one of the worst teams in the NFL. He got praised for it. Will probably end up in the Hall of Fame. And you don't think he's taken cracked heads? But guess what? He also didn't come from a childhood where he was already had a precursor. And I'm sure there's a genetic factor involved too. It goes deep.
Dude was great at football, but he pulled every bad card besides that.
And dude, that Dr. Ann McGee had to do a ton of research on what her research, because her research is leading the spear for bringing down the NFL and how CTE is this big, huge problem. Yeah. And when she goes, 99% of the heads that I've examined have had CTE, it goes, well, guess what? Guess what families donate their brains to you? CTE. The ones that have a problem. You've done 1% of the NFL?
1%.
And the other people just die, go in their casket. They died at old age, had a happy life with a happy family. Guess what, guys? Yeah, the Browns who make jokes aren't going to the Super Bowl, never been to a Super Bowl, but they have the most NFL championships before the Super Bowl was created.
Oh, yeah.
Because of one player. When we look at Jim Brown, who's arguably one of the best players ever to play the game, that man took some pretty aggressive hits when safety was not the prime example. And this dude has a wife like a third his age. He is the head caricature for the NFL. Or for the Browns, I mean. And he's really become a city figure. I mean, he's got his cane, and you can tell age is getting to him, but he's still just as jacked and ripped and there as he was
when he... probably all sorts of ways.
Yeah. But, dude, his brain is sharp as a tack.
Yeah. I think there's something weird. I think they found something weird, but I don't think football's the issue.
I agree. I agree.
A lot of these products of their environment end up playing football because it's violent. It's pretty true.
Yeah, I'm with you, man.
Yeah.
But who doesn't love violence, man? Did you log in for the Conor McGregor fight that was a week or two ago? That was amazing weekend of fighting. Kid from my... that was crazy, man. A kid from Cleveland that we grew up with, he was one of the first fights. It was a great weekend. Sweet. It was awesome, dude. It was really awesome. Shout out Alexa Kammer. And it was awesome, man. It was a great weekend, and you feed a savage piece inside you that have been suppressed because all we're really allowed to watch is Dexter, right? Like, Dexter and Saw isn't bad, but man, when we have real people out there play, and I don't think people realize there's like a nostalgia to watching somebody else play something that you had so much fun playing. Yeah, there were so many times where my ears were ringing and I didn't really know where I was. But there were also so many times where I was with my best friends, laughing, having the greatest time playing a sport that was a blast. You and I yesterday had a long talk about you playing goalie. How awesome was that? You go back to that time where it's like, the game is what I love. Yeah, I'm loving watching Tyreek Hill catch a pass I'll never be able to do in my dreams. Or Pat Mahomes do a sidearm pass that I could never imagine. But it's also fun just watching a sport that, why do you watch soccer, right?
Like, watch soccer?
It's fun.
It's poetry in motion.
That's true, too.
Like, you just move the ball, dude. It's one-touch passes, and then, like, you just... Like, you gradually, like, beat the defense one way, and, like, it's mechanical.
Dude, I'm with you.
You can't just... There's some thought in it. I don't know.
I've been playing so much Madden recently, man.
That's how football
is,
too.
And it's so much fun. It's like chess. You got to pick the right
plays.
plays.
All sports have a little bit of, like, a mental aspect that you have to master before you can master the game.
Golf's another one. Why do you watch people play golf? One, the amazement of them doing things that you couldn't do.
I'm a better golfer because I'm a caddy. We've talked about this. I just know, like, you understand certain things when you, like, walk 18 holes and not hit a ball.
Exactly. No, you're 100% right. But, honestly, guys, we got a lot we got to get to. Yeah. So, again, I think it's great. Super Bowl is going to be awesome. Yeah. Oh, what was Gronk's prediction? Gronk's prediction, asking Rob Gronkowski what the Super Bowl prediction is for Fox Sports, he said... The score will be 0-0. He said deadpan. Then, the boisterous player added in his signature sarcasm, no one has any good weapons. No quarterbacks, no receivers, no running backs. So, 0-0. It feels right. Okay, Gronk, you're dumb. Because the Patriots had maybe a third the weapons they wish they could get from the Chiefs. And I mean, the 49ers don't really have a lot, but they have a strong defense.
Solid D.
And their quarterback is someone you can truly lean on. It's going to be a great game. I think it's going to be a low score.
What's your score prediction?
I'm going to be honest with you, man. I think if anybody's going to score high, it's the Chiefs. If you get the Chiefs rolling, Travis Kelce out there, Tyreek Hill moving the ball, I don't know what LaShawn McCoy is going to show up tonight, but if the right one does...
He might not even play.
That's boom.
I say 31-24.
Wow, that's a high-scoring game.
Chiefs.
I hope it gets that point.
I think San Francisco wins the first half. Like 17-something. Chiefs roll. Mahomes takes over. MVP. Yada, yada, yada. End of story. Go Chiefs. Super Bowl 54 champions.
Listen, I'm with you. I hope it ends that way. I just don't know if it will. So, in light of that, I don't know. I'm not going to give an exact number, but I think it's going to be low. I'm just hoping it goes to Chiefs. Moving on to the next article. So again, remember guys, all these articles, so you can follow along or check them out after, are in the links or in the description here in the video. So if you ever want to check them out, if you don't believe us, you think I'm lying to your face, you can check it out. But anyway, next article. PETA claims the NFL blocked a Colin Kaepernick-themed Super Bowl commercial featuring animals kneeling. Let's check it out. All right, man. End speciesism. What are your thoughts? Let's hear the comments.
There's clearly a common theme. I think these animals are kneeling, but it's going at. I don't know. Yeah, I'd block it too if I was the NFL.
You got to. Are they left with any choice? This is their biggest payout day of the year.
But The NFL doesn't have to accept your advertisement. Sorry, it's just like business.
That's like saying you have to sell my strap-ons on Black Friday. Like, nope, it's my Black Friday. It's my day where I get to sell out whatever I want. I don't have to sell what you want.
And the end of the commercial is a little baby bunny hopping up to a girl, and in a tree is just a hawk.
The hawk's like, I would eat you.
Like,
in real life, I eat the hell. But I'm going to take a knee on this one.
And then they got the fish was like an S.
Yeah, you look at fish can't kneel. What is that? Here's the main thing, man.
Yeah.
The article is about how Peta claims this. The NFL never said anything, so who knows if this is true or not.
Peta's gone wild. That's the name of this episode.
Peta's gone... Oh, yeah. Boom, I like that. Peta's gone wild. Because we got another article. But anyway, Peta's gone wild. They out here thinking that they can take away... Like, okay, one... It would be terrible if the NFL put this on the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
it'd be terrible. It's a dead issue. We've moved on. Why pick it a scab? And the NFL's like, guys, we've already got a consensus. It's over. This is a dead. We've all moved on.
It's not even like a good. It's a commercial that if you want to watch it, you're gonna go watch it. Like it's not even that good.
So as a lawyer, are you not watching this going? All right, I got one question. Right? It's a commercial. You're like, kneeling, animals, and speciesism. What is speciesism? Is the first question I had when it was over.
I don't know.
I'm like, what is this that you're even trying to, promote? Speciesism, that we must end today, is the assumption of human superiority leading to the exploitation of animals.
I like dogs.
Yo, my cousin texted me. She goes, what'd you think of this article? I go, it made me hungry. Do you know how much I will give up any of this for a steak, y'all? All of it. There's no tofu lettuce wrap that you can make that is, hey, did you see Joe Rogan went on an all-carnivore diet? Mm-hmm. And he said it was like the best thing for his health. And he's got autoimmune disorder. He said it helped that. And
if I could eat enough on keto, I'd still be on keto. But it's just like keto's literally too efficient that if you don't eat, you just lose weight.
Well, also you're not having any carbs, and your brain needs carbs. So it's a delicate
I still do
balance.
Vegetables.
That's what you got to do. Yeah. So do you ever hit ketosis then?
Yeah. I mean, like I'll fast. That's
okay.
Like, whatever. Yeah. Whatever.
Do you ever get the keto flu?
When I first did ketosis, I did get the keto flu, and then when I it was finals week, and just because I'm studying, wasn't eating enough, I could feel myself going into. It was just same symptoms, so I could feel myself going back into keto.
Oh, wow.
You can walk a fine line where you're very carb efficient.
I like that.
And I think that's basically.
And that's what you've mastered?
Yes.
Master of Kyle's diet. Yeah. Man, he's a superhero.
Yeah. For another day.
But Peta's out here wildin'. They out here wildin'.
What's the
what
next
are you
one?
doing? Well, first off, we just got to tie this in a bow, right?
Yes.
Final thoughts on this video. What are you doing? I think Peta's some shifty little snakes, and I don't even think this was ever even a real commercial, because this has gotten more attention than any commercial we're going to see tonight, at least we can believe.
And do you think that's why they did it?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I think this is just all a show. Boop, boop, boop. Now you know what speciesism is, and now you're watching our commercial and care about Colin.
You thought you had us in the first half, but wait until the second half.
Whoop! So what's the next article? This one was brought to you by yours truly, the OG Kyle McGuire. He sent it my way for you guys yourself.
So PUNXSUTAWNEY, so this is about PUNXSUTAWNEY Phil, and PUNXSUTAWNey Phil is a groundhog in western Pennsylvania that basically predicts the next 6 weeks of weather. He's all right, but, he's a groundhog, and if he, crawls back in the hole, it's supposed to be, winter. I really don't understand the theme. I was just close to it for college, and we'd go. So it was cool.
That is cool.
But,
and he's national.
Yeah, this is national. But PETA calls for PUNXSUTAWNey Phil to retire from Groundhog Day and be replaced with an AI robot. Their reasoning is because when Phil is dragged out of his hold and held up to flashing lights and crowds, he has no idea what's happening. Being relegated to a library habitat for the other days of the year doesn't allow him or the other groundhog there to dig, burrow, or forage. It's no kind of life for these animals. the most famous groundhog in the United States.
By creating an AI. Phil, you could keep an AI Phil. Sorry, I know commas and words. By creating an AI Phil, you could keep Punxsutawney Phil at the center of the Groundhog Day, but in a much more progressive way. Talk about taking your town's annual tradition in a fresh and innovative direction. All right, well, here's the main thing. This one I really ask of you to, if you could, pause the video, go in the description below. Because everything listens to us all the time anymore. Guess what was on my Xbox YouTube app? I'm not logged in. So this is just a creeper listening to me all the time, Microsoft. And guess what all the YouTube suggestions were on my Microsoft Xbox? Mind you, I got the text from you on Apple, pulled the articles up all on Apple. Why does Microsoft have YouTube videos for Punxsutawney Phil? Somebody I've never talked about in my life. Groundhog Day does not exist to me, truly, if I'm going to be real here.
And for this article, it's called The Hill. It's a verified capital resource that I used back in the day. But The Hill reached out to the Punxsutawney Groundhog Club for comment to no avail. So
boom. So
they're like, whatever.
Click over. There's a YouTube video 4 minutes long that the internet suggested for me because it listens to my entire existence, and it suggests to go for me this breakdown that NBC did on Punxsutawney Phil. Watch this video and then come back in a second. All right, now, if you did the right thing and you're back and you're ready to party with the party, we see that this thing is living high on the hog. All right, Punxsutawney Phil's favorite food is a banana.
He's got the mecca of habitats for an animal.
Okay, one. Everywhere he goes, he's a celebrity. As you saw there, they put him in his little rolly thing, take him everywhere, everybody's losing their mind. And oh my God, it's the groundhog.
He's been stressed out, but this dude's probably got the life. He's become immune to it.
Dude, his favorite food is a banana. Next sentence out of the guy's mouth is, "This is not a food he would ever be able to get in nature." Okay, so his favorite thing he can get in his terrible prison is something he couldn't even get in the real world. He doesn't like the kale they're giving him just as much as he loves those nanners, okay? And I'm just sorry, the video in and of itself showed me that this is another interesting
thing. This town exists for one reason. They're on the map for
let these little Pennsylvania Hill
This is business
live their life.
And Peta's like, AI.
Yo, so here's another thing I learned from the video. So you've got 15 people that tend to this thing all year round.
From what...
It's tended to 365 days a year.
Like I said, I went to school near them. This dude was, famous in this region. Not even a dude, it's a groundhog. But that's how famous,
Another weird thing, he's got his wife, Phyllis. He's got a wife! He's not alone! He's got a babe that just sits at home and waits for him to eat kale and bananas all day.
Peta was like, what can piss us off today?
Yeah, well, they're just looking for something all the time. But what's crazy is they go, Phyllis's lifespan is a regular groundhog's lifespan, 8 to 9 years. But Punxsutawney Phil drinks this special elixir, and he lives... He's 184 years old or something nuts, or 34, or... I don't know, guys, I forgot. But it was something crazy. So, are we supposed to... Are we pretending this thing's the same groundhog, or are we... They're throwing a groundhog away every 8 to 9 years, and they're getting a new one. But how's he full-sized? Do they have one, on the burner ready? Hey, Punxsutawney Phil's getting old. Let's get Punxsutawney too.
The Punxsutawney Groundhog Club, they probably just, they're floating them through.
But where's the second one? Do they have a farm where there's other groundhogs?
They'd probably just catch it.
Interesting. You would just catch a wild one and let it just take over the poor Phyllis that's been sitting there eating nanners and kale at home waiting. She's been sitting there. She goes, "Where's Punxsutawney?
Is that
Where's
famous?
Phil?" And then new guy comes in. He goes, "I'm Phil," and then he just ravages up the place and just starts tearing up the new Phyllis.
They have some sort of rotation in progress that us normal humans will never figure out.
So imagine being the Phil on deck. you're alone. You're like, man, life sucks. I'm just in this zoo cage. And then one day, life changes and you're, boom, lights, camera, nanners, and you are the center of attention.
Like, imagine being Phil, just like rolling in on trolley. Like, all right, I'm about to see if it's cold out for the next 6 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Oh, and they think they could talk to him. They're like, hey, he can, with winks and nods and nudges and smirks, he communicates to me that he knows what's going on. Okay, you're nutso. All right, so next stop, we are moving on to London. So last episode, we kind of just touched on it because I really didn't know a whole lot. I didn't even know which prince it was specifically. But in the article that we pulled from January 31st, Virginia Giuffre urges Prince Andrew to do the right thing and talk to the FBI. Ooh. So Prince Andrew is the right prince to be discussing in this topic. Prince Andrew is a member of the British royal family. He is third child and second the son of Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh. He is second in line for succession to the British throne. That's when he was born, and now he's eighth in line, which must really suck, which pushes you to creepy, weird things like this. So, who's Virginia Giuffre, and why do we care about her urging Prince Andrew anything? So, Virginia Giuffre is an American advocate of justice for sex trafficking victims. She is one of the most prominent and outspoken survivors of child sex trafficking, and she allegedly she alleges that she was kind of prostituted out by her boy Jeffrey Epstein.
Who'd you say?
Jeffrey Epstein. Now, because people didn't believe me, here's a photo, and you can, like I said, with a simple Google find, here is, let's just put it up, boop, there's a picture of, where did I have it? I want you to see it too. But did I hit delete? Little boy blue, here are the records of Bill Clinton these are the flight records to Jeffrey Epstein's island, and Chaboy Bill was on his way fraternizing with the peasants of the island. So anyway, there's Bill.
Slick Willie.
Prince Andrew's being dragged into the whole thing. They're saying he was close with Jeffrey Epstein, that's known, and that he was in the flight logs to the island, and the FBI is calling for him to come speak with him, and he's avoiding them and hiding it and everything else.
This is just one domino of many to come.
That's why the man was suicided.
I 100% believe. Sure.
Epstein?
Yeah.
He was suicided because there's too many dominoes in line. They are all to come.
They will start falling.
Nobody believes this. How crazy is that? Literally a tribe of 350 million people. I bet you if you sat everybody down and go
billions of dollars that are just paying massive amounts of money for people to.
But if you just sat the tribe down, Tribe America, and you go, do you think he was killed by somebody powerful, either the government or rich? Either. And I guarantee a overwhelming majority, like 75%. I bet you a high number of people are like, chalk me up on that. Like, I'm on a registry somewhere for our summer book here, the reading club. We were doing a book club. I left it in the other room, so pretend it's here. But Weird Scenes Inside the Can, you make sure you get it. It's book club time. But, they're watching us, man, because there's some shifty stuff going on, and we're all becoming aware of it. Prince Andrew, bring yourself forward. We all knew this was coming. You knighted a pedophile. You're done, ski baby cakes.
This is pee.
Yeah. Whoop!
Whoop!
I hope they picked up what Kyle said.
Out.
I knight you. Man. They took Louis C.K. down. What?
Yeah, that's
so this person who was called crazy by saying, hey, that rich billionaire Jeffrey Epstein, that guy, he sexes out some kids. And they were all like, you're crazy. And she's like, I'm going to stand with this until the day I die. And then here we are. He's got an island. I think Occam's razor, what's the most likely situation? If there's a pedophile island, we're probably dealing with some powerful, rich pedophiles. Just gonna roll with it. So this lady wasn't lying. And if she's saying she slept with Prince Andrew, That's some wild stuff. Moving on to article. This is another article that piggybacks off of that, just to kind of wrap this in a bow. But the Queen and Prince Charles hold an emergency meeting to discuss Prince Andrew, and they are now urging him to go meet with the FBI. So, think about it.
Dude.
You have that shifty girl from America marries into the family.
Meghan Markle.
And now they're cutting ties with the family. She probably got in there, found out all the secrets, like when a president becomes president, they sit there and go, all right, here's the dark files, aliens exist, and God isn't real. And they're like, ah! So,
God isn't real?
But imagine being this girl. She gets brought in the family. It's secret time. They're like, yeah.
Imagine your grandma.
We sell kids.
Like, yeah, you need to talk. Like, your grandma's like, you gotta talk to the FBI. Like, you have to talk to the FBI. Dude, you know you... like.
Why are we in authority in that matter? Oof. Because you're taking our kids. That's why. I had to think that through. Talk it out. I mean, I was like, crazy. Wait, why are we sitting there telling them? Why aren't they... They're the justice of their country. Why aren't they holding them accountable? Hey, Prince Andrew, there's some shifty stuff going on here. Come in front of Parliament. We want to talk to you.
The royal family knows that not even America knows that they just have in the UK and like European. Oh, dude, crazy.
It's wild. It's wild.
There's facts we don't know as everyday Americans.
But there's always been the writing on the wall. People have been being called crazy for picking up on the hieroglyphics that are speaking to them. Yeah. And now it's all coming to fruition. The crazies are not so crazy, right? When the royal family's knighting pedophiles, and then it's like, yo, people are like, hey, he's building hospitals to steal children, and they're like, nah. Like and then it comes out to be true.
Cover up.
Bingo, baby.
Cover up.
So we got the flight logs.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Let's move on and wrap this up with some soft stuff, and then we're gonna get to the big game of the day.
Before. Just right 30-second interval. I told you about my Slick Willie story.
What's that? Let's hear it.
Oh, the Bill Clinton. I met Bill Clinton.
Yes, that's right. Slick Willie. He met Bill. Which is one of the coolest stories ever, regardless of how crazy their family is.
Then you see the flight log to the pedophile, and you're like...
You met a man who definitely slept with 16-year-olds. But that's okay. I did too, when I was 16.
Yeah, I mean... All right, well, so...
Like, it stopped there. But some people, they just love the nostalgia. I don't know, man. There's some weird people in this world, and it's all coming to surface like curdling in milk.
Jeez. All right, anyways.
All right, so now let's pay tribute to the real deal here. Not to get soft, because there's this one video that really gets me every time, so we'll end with that. But Kobe Bryant died... And it's everybody in the world knows it right now. It's probably one of the biggest stories. And it's heartbreaking. When I first heard the news, I'm not going to lie, my initial place was like, well, I wasn't a Kobe fan, right? Like, that was just before I got into basketball. And for me, I really liked Shaq. Shaq is a super kind guy. For you to be holding grudges, like just a year or two ago, he was still throwing, shade at Shaq, like deep. He just isn't a nice guy.
Though.
So I know, but that's just Kobe. So I'm just saying, my initial perspective was like, hey guys, he isn't the nicest of guys. But then so much came out over that the first couple of days after finding out his passing. And not gonna lie, the most heartbreaking part is his daughter Gigi passing away. That's the most sickening and heartbreaking part of the whole thing.
Yeah, that's the worst.
But you come to realize how much Kobe meant to so many people. And being in the middle of the podunks in Ohio, right? Like in Cleveland. I know throughout my childhood growing up, there were always kids in Kobe jerseys. There were always kids who were obsessed with Kobe. And I was that kid who was definitely not a Kobe fan, but always throwing stuff and yelling Kobe.
Yeah. Like it's Kobe. Like he's immortal.
He had words can't describe the huge, massive impact he had all across the world. I didn't realize how many... I did watch a little documentary ABC put together after his passing, and I didn't realize all the different languages he learned. He felt that was important.
Italian.
He knew Chinese, Italian, Portuguese, so many different languages. That's incredible.
Dude was I don't know.
And
he's next level.
He had the best work ethic, and like his attitude and his candor. All say what you will, but the message he always preached, the message he always had was first one in the gym, last one out the gym, put in the most work, be the hardest worker. And that's it. He's also a Philly boy.
So I knew a kid in basketball through college that was in Lower Merion that day, shooting hoops. Just like,
wow. Yeah, in the documentary, it's funny. He stops at just shooting hoops at that gym that he grew up in.
Dude, that's crazy.
It's going to only get sadder. But what's interesting is while this is a heartbreaking moment, like I said, I had that same kind of reaction of like, well, Kobe wasn't that nice of a guy. But then I realized I had to take a moment to realize the impact he had on other people, and he still was there. You would never wish this upon an enemy. This is still a tragedy. Regardless,
everyone has a Kobe story.
That we'll get to as well. But
rip in peace.
Real quick, comedian Ari Shaffir, who a bunch of my friends who would be watching this, they're fans of Ari as well. This whole thing goes down. So Ari, in the wake of his passing, Kobe's passing that day, posted this video. You ready?
Yeah.
As I know, there's always a lot of hate, pain in the world, and there's always a bunch of terrible stories. And every once in a while, there's a good story. A good story comes out. A guy who got away with rape got his today. Kobe Bryant is a god. I'm here in Charlotte, the home of the team that originally drafted him. Maybe he wouldn't have raped that chick in Denver if he'd stayed in Charlotte with the Hornets. But anyway, the point is, dude, it's
yo, not cool. And the internet and the mob treated it as such, and they went after him hard. So Ari took the brunt of that, and rightfully so. What did you say?
I mean, he knew what he was getting himself into.
Well, that's it, and that's his style. He's this dark, gritty comedian. He likes being the bad guy. But what is funny is the internet went after guys like Joe Rogan and all the people that associate with him, going check your guy and all this other stuff. It's like, well, guys, that's his comedy. Yeah, whether you like the joke or not, that's his opinion, type of comedy. And to take down other people,
not a little messed up, but
it is. But hey, guys, again, we are
watch it.
Being future lawyers, we'll be the first to say acquittal's acquittal. It's over. Yeah. They settled. But money talks, and we don't know really what happened. So you can't be the one holding it over his head, because an acquittal's an acquittal. He had a family, beautiful girls. He was a great dad and parented them well. And to hold something that isn't even legitimate yet. I mean, but you say the same. You can't convince me OJ didn't slice his wife's neck. So I also operate in a world where, hey man, don't play with me in that one. You ever see him try to put the glove on? It's like, yeah, no way it did. It was never gonna fit, dude. I can do that with any glove. You know what's funny is after watching that, I do that with my winter gloves all the time, just to myself. It's a thing where I just talk to myself, and I'm sitting there like, can't get my glove to fit. I guess you must have quit, even though it's my glove that I fit all the time. You know, it's like you can easily make a glove that is yours look like it doesn't fit.
Brilliant guy. No wonder you're in Florida.
But Kobe is not an OJ, and we need to acknowledge that. He's a good guy. I think this is the internet. Guys, chill out. We don't need to ruin everybody's lives over
PGA honoring Kobe today
steps.
with a special pin location. 8 paces on, 24 from the right.
What?
Yeah. So that's how you read a pin sheet. So the professional golf tour, the Waste Management Phoenix Open, has a pin location, and pin locations for professional golfers are judged by paces.
Okay.
So it's 8 paces on the green and 24 from the right or left, whichever side. So that's how you read it. It'll be back right or back left, and kind of.
What does this have to do with Kobe?
Because it's 8 and 24.
Oh!
And the flag has 8 on one side, 24 on the other. It's yellow and purple. I gotta show you this.
Oh! Yeah, let's pull it up real quick. I was like, what are you saying, my guy?
See, 8, 24. So you see how it's... So it's 24 paces on, 24 yards on the green, and 8 paces from the right.
Okay.
So 24 and 8 for Kobe.
And where is this?
This is at the Waste Management Open in Phoenix. Can you send me that picture?
Yeah, dope. All right, so that's a real cool... All right, so...
I got it.
Wait, what course was it again? Sorry, I missed that.
This is at TPC Scottsdale in Phoenix, Arizona for the Waste Management Open.
Very cool, very cool.
I'll get that too. But yeah, and they have a special pin that is yellow and purple with Kobe's numbers on it.
Very dope.
Yeah, there it is.
That's a great memorial. I like that. Beautiful. Those are beautiful flags. Can you send that to me as well?
Yep.
Very beautiful. I really like, and you know what?
Kobe.
Somebody brought. But this. So the comedians were talking. I heard Mark Norman talking about how it was most likely his agency after the huge backlash. They pushed Ari to give out a statement because there was such terrible backlash. So his statement was on his Instagram: every time a beloved celebrity dies, they post some horrible stuff about them. I've been doing it for years now. I like destroying gods. And right when a famous person dies, they're at their most worshipped. So as a response to all the outpouring of sympathy on social media, I post something vile. It's a joke. I don't really hate any of the people. All right, well, hey, man. It is what it is. Probably not the best way to go about it, but, again, jokes are jokes.
That's who he is, so...
And there's no ill will. The man lives in L.A. Do you think he really has disdain for Kobe? Everybody loves Kobe. I mean, just saying the name. I'm not saying Kobe Bryant. I'm not... It's just the Kobe. Just like Prince, it's just an icon in and of itself. I think a great way to wrap this up, and we'll give some words about it, but we have L. Duncan from ESPN. This was, all this outpouring from the Kobe stuff. This is the one that resonated with me the most. I think it speaks to the tragedy of the situation and the poeticness of Kobe post his career. All right?
It's likely that you're hearing many personal anecdotes about Kobe Bryant, so here's mine. I met Kobe one time, backstage at an event for ESPN in New York, and I saw him and I thought, oh my gosh, that's Kobe. I gotta get a picture for the gram. That's the picture. I didn't get it for a few minutes because as I approached him, he immediately commented on my rather large 8-month pregnant belly. How are you? How close are you? What are you having? A girl, I said, and then he high-fived me. Girls are the best. I asked him for advice on raising girls, seeing as though he quite famously had 3 at the time. And he said, just be grateful that you've been given that gift because girls are amazing. His 3rd daughter, Bianca, was about a year and a half old at the time. So I asked if he wanted more children. And he said that his wife, Vanessa, really wanted to try again for a boy, but was sort of jokingly concerned that it would be another girl. And I was like, 4 girls, are you joking? Like, what would you think? How would you feel? And without hesitation, he said, I would have 5 more girls if I could. I'm a girl dad. When it came to sports, he said that his oldest daughter was an accomplished volleyball player and that the youngest was a toddler, so TBD. But that middle one, he said, that middle one was a monster. She's a beast. She's better than I was at her age. She's got it. That middle one, of course, was Gigi. When I reflect on this tragedy and that half an hour that I spent with Kobe Bryant 2 years ago, I suppose that the only small source of comfort for me is knowing that he died doing what he loved the most, being a dad, being a girl dad.
Boom. And, reflecting on why he bought a helicopter to begin with. I mean, this video makes me choke up every time. Yeah, but he bought a helicopter for the sole reason of he always needed to be at practice, but he was missing too much of his family's life because of LA traffic.
There was one quote I pulled out when he was explaining why he's a helicopter, and it was like about picking his daughter up from school, and he was like, even if it's like 20 minutes in the car, like, I want that. Like,
boom.
That's Kobe.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. And, I've watched this video a couple times now. Every time it gets me choked up, and it's heartbreaking, but that's what he was. He was a good dad, and he really didn't have much scandal. There was one before our time. We were old enough, but we really weren't.
I think he learned from it.
And at the end of the day, we're humans. And to hold people post-growth to something they no longer are, like holding that against them, is just so unfair. We're humans. We make human mistakes. And just being appreciative of just somebody who wants to be a great dad and appreciates being a dad of daughters and just the love for his kids and going out, in that fashion.
He was loved.
Boom. Yeah. And he was loved by so many people. So it's sad. It is really sad. And he will be missed and remembered forever. But on a lighter token, that was sad. Kobe, we love you. Go Browns. On that note, we're going to wrap this bad boy up. I think we need refills for this because it might be gross, dude.
I got my water.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it'll go good with flavor anyway. All right, so we're going into a game of Bean Boozled. Hey, Kyle, have you seen the new Rethink Tank picture. It's going to be the first edition of our limited edition T-shirts. What do you think, man?
I like it.
You like it? Yo, comment down here. Let us know what you guys think. If you're going to get on this action, you want one of these T-shirts. This is the T-shirt I've had people at the end of our show competing for. So you're going to be competing for one of these limited edition T-shirts, man. But the way to do it is you got to win the game.
Yep.
To win the game, you need to get 6 points.
Oh, 6. That's a lot. Let's meet at 4.
Nope. 6 points. The way to get a point is we're playing Bean Boozled. Now, the way to get the point is to swallow the jelly bean. For those of you who don't know the fun candy game that you could just get at a regular store, the game is called Bean Boozled. The caution on the back of the game says these jelly beans may look alike, but they could not taste more different from each other. Think you can tell them apart? Answer's no. So here's how we're playing the game Bean Boozled here on the Rethink Tank for Kyle to win one of the limited edition special T-shirts. All right, Kyle, there's 5 different flavors here.
Yeah.
There's 6 rounds. We're going to do 1 from each cup. I'm going to play with you, just so I don't leave you hanging on this game. So, here's what happens, people. We got the list right here. I've got from the back of the bag. There are 2 different flavors that look the exact same. Kyle and I are going to take one from there. It's like candy roulette.
Yeah, that's...
And you may get something like spoiled milk. Or you may get coconut, which isn't so bad.
Oh,
I did. So here's the order we're gonna go through. We're gonna go with toothpaste or blueberry.
That's not a bad start.
Berry blue.
That's not a bad start.
Toothpaste really isn't that bad when we got it. I'm gonna be honest with you.
We should
starting
save
off
toothpaste
slow.
for the end.
Wrong. Then we move on to spoiled milk or coconut.
All right.
And then we move on to canned dog food or chocolate pudding.
It's not bad either.
No. Or following that,
is that dead fish?
Stinky socks or tutti frutti.
Oh, Jesus.
Stinky socks or tutti frutti. That's what's up. And then we wrap this bad boy up in a bow with buttered popcorn or rotten eggs.
No.
And then there's a 6th round, so don't get your panties all psyched up yet. So Kyle, my guy, you gotta eat 6 jelly beans. If you eat all 6, you are in it to win it. All right, my guy.
All right. Just
pick one.
Get that first one.
Yummy.
Down's a hatch. Can I take it like
all
a pill?
Right. Dink it.
Do I have to choose?
Oh, you do have to chew. You have to chew.
Can't just throw it back.
3 chews.
3 chews.
3 chews, and then you can swallow.
All right, cheers.
Cheers. I got berry blue. Yummy. These are a little hard.
I think I got berry. It tastes fine.
Tastes like candy. Berry blue. Num num num. Made it through the first round. There you go, Kyle. Bingo, bango, bongo. Just hope you don't get any of that spoiled milk, baby cakes.
These are hard to chew.
They are. They're hard, aren't they?
No, I'm getting my coke, too.
Oh, don't you dare. You don't know which one's which, though. You can tell maybe 2 are...
They look identical.
They do. Well, plus, even if you could tell there was a separation, you wouldn't know which half is which. You don't know which one's coconut, which one's milk. 3 chews and a swallow, my guy. At least. Unless you get a good one and you just chew it up.
Yeah.
All right. Ready? Think it.
Cheers.
Boop. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, dude, I'm a puke.
Oh, man down.
Dude, it literally got stuck in the back of my throat. Stuck between the top and the bottom of my throat.
Out. Fuck. No.
Oh my god.
1 bite. Everyone knows the rules.
Dude, 3 bites and I puked.
That was not going...
Oh my god, dude, my eyes are watering.
Oh, dude.
Don't you wish you had some more of your juice?
Give me very, very good.
Yeah, take a test. Take a chance. Oh, woof, dog.
Oh, dog food.
Well, I think it's over. Do we continue?
I don't know.
I'm finished. I want you to know that even though my stomach is pissed as hell at me right now, I can feel it gurgling. Like, how did this end up in here? Yeah, I don't know how to tell you it got there, but it's down there. I'm 2 rounds into getting a shirt, man. I can't believe you didn't finish it, you coward.
No, dude, that was
you
first
coward.
bite. I tasted it. I was like,
dude, it was the worst. And then I tried swallowing it.
Nah, dude.
Dude, I had it, and I didn't want to chew it anymore. I got the 3 bites in, and it only made it bigger and flatter.
oh.
And I'm like, all right, I'm just going to take Kyle, what he said, swallow it like a pill.
I tried to,
Dude,
and
my stomach's so upset right now.
I couldn't do it.
Dude, I'm getting, like, very vile sick. My body's like, how the hell did this stinky... My shits are going to be terrible.
Spoiled milk, baby.
Yo, this was the grossest thing ever.
I do not recommend this game. And if you're evil, do it for like a celebration. Just put the whole bag out.
Yo, I cannot wait to Ashley's my next guest, and we're going to try it again.
Ashley Jemison?
You know what sucks about this game is now it's turning into like Hot Ones, and you know the guy who does Hot Ones has to eat like the fire wing at the end every time. He's like, I'll do it every time. It sucks. Blah blah blah. Well, now I'm going to be eating cat food and dog shit every time. Like, dude, that... Ooh.
Yeah, that was not.
And the burps are worse.
You know, on that note...
Talk about a woof woof dog. All right, guys. This was a great one.
Oh.
Kyle lost like a big fat loser. No shirt for him. But if you like the logo, looks cool, right? Not the logo, but the design. That's going to be our first t-shirt design. I think it looks cool. I want to hear your comments. Drop comments. Hey, if you guys are some, computer wizards out there, and you want to make one of yourself, and we can adopt, and that could be the round 2. Give us your submission. I'm like Daffy Duck. Give me your submissions, and we will see what we can do. We'll take the best ones. But let us know what you think about this one. Great episode. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Let me eat that back. I hope
Chiefs.
You enjoyed the Super Bowl. I hope we're not sitting here looking like fools, and the Chiefs did well. Dude, my nose is running from how terrible that was.
Yeah.
Absolutely atrocious.
Peter's gone wild.
Yeah, yo, fam. Oh, and I forgot to mention this, but yo, that article, or the video from Mel Duncan, that was on the Rethink Tank podcast. We retweeted that, so make sure you're checking us out on Twitter. Give us a big fat like, follow, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Share that stuff, and find us on Facebook. Kyle, again, you are the man, OG. Enjoy your Super Bowl. Hope you enjoyed your Super Bowl. Checking you guys next time. Have a good night. Peace.